We've got men with the mic when we're raising questions, but we'll start off with opening statement.
That was a good Arkansas State team. A team that I think does a great job. They return a lot. And then you had Sills, who's a SEC talent, a guy who can really fill it up. And they play hard. One of the things I was really impressed with tonight was our effort. I think it's we want that to be a reoccurring theme, our effort and what we do defensively. We really challenged this team last few days with our defensive effort. I thought that we were really good in the Jackson State game, and we had to be minus guys. And now you get a couple guys back, and you can't slip in that area. So we challenged them. We wanted to hold them under 5 threes. We went down, rebounded them 20. Again, we want to pound the offensive glass, 24 offensive rebounds. I feel great about that. I thought Coleman Hawkins had as good a spurt in the first half with effort plays as I've seen maybe in my time here. One of the things that I pay a lot of attention to are fouls drawn. He drew 10 fouls tonight. That's a sign of tremendous effort and activity. I thought we got great play again from Ben off the bench. If we would have cleaned up our screening tonight, he and Omar probably have a few more minutes. But great to have Curbelo and Trent back. We saw Curbelo just kind of spray it. We scored 92 points tonight, missed 23s, and we're a good shooting team, and just didn't shoot the ball very well. We're still a little out of sync on that end, but it was great to have him back. I thought he just hit singles all night. Just made a lot of really smart plays. We opened the court up in a stretch in the middle of the second half, and he got downhill. And another really, really solid night from Jacob Grandison. And then Trent does what Trent does, is harass everybody's best guard into a really tough night, and had a nice night on himself offensively. So all in all, very pleased. Now we take a step up, we go on the road, and we find out truly who we are.
Right, no matter who the opponent, Division I, 100 points in 2 games. Coleman and Curbelo are both saying defense is important on Monday. How have you gotten through to them on that end, and what have you done well on that end?
There's a reason we got beat a few times last year. It was usually, nights when the ball didn't go in and we didn't have enough energy or enough fortitude to play through our opponents. And we're really trying hard to control what our effort is every single day and every single night out. And we can guard it. We got guys who are very, very good defenders. RJ came in there in that second half, and that's how I base freshmen's playing time is what they do defensively. So we're getting better. We're trying. It's one of the things that we keep telling our guys. Offense wins games, defense wins championships, and where we want to go, we got to guard. And again, this was a much better team than anybody we faced, and held them to less than 5 threes, and dominated the glass against a team that I think at the end of the year will be an NCAA tournament team.
You mentioned Coleman's stretch in the first half. Just what do you think maybe clicked for him in that latter part where maybe early shot selection was a little iffy, but everything kind of worked after that?
Yeah, Coleman's a sophomore that played 6 minutes a game. He's very juvenile and he's still in his growth, and we can't forget that he's still developing into a really good college player and experiencing some things. So he's going to make some mistakes, and as long as they're the aggressive type, I'm good. And thought he was much better tonight. I thought he was much more, I don't want to say subdued, but under control. And when he plays like that, well, he's a heck of a player.
Seems like you ran a lot of guys at Sills tonight defensively, whether it was Trent, whether it was Jacob, whether it was Devontae, and how much, freedom does that give you on the defensive end to be able to run that many kind of different lengths and bodies of guys that were previous quarters?
Yeah, I think when you look at Sills, I think you look at, let's see what he did tonight. Eaton was 5 of 14. I'll take those numbers every night. And again, it was a challenge. Those guys are good players. And, you want to make guys work for it and don't give them anything easy at night. I was a little disappointed. We had a little stretch in the first half. We gave up some easy baskets in transition, I think 3 of them. Yeah, we can throw length at them. Coleman gives us that versatility as well. You get DeMonte with his length as well. And we can throw, because all those guys can move their feet, they can really guard. So you can throw a lot of different weapons at you.
So Coleman Hawkins got the start tonight over Devontae. What's the thought process going into that?
None. I mean, that's just, we kind of brought DeMonte off the bench. I like him in that role as a veteran. And we're still trying to figure all that out till we get all of our pieces. But, that's been part of what we've been thinking and trying to grow into is having a very, very productive bench.
They got a little bit of foul trouble, went to zone there for a little bit. How do you think you guys handled that, and how does that bode for, when you start facing the high major teams?
I think we're a team that can be very difficult to zone. And I mean, you start putting Coleman in the middle of that, you put Jacob in the middle, you put Carvello in the middle, we're still going to run sets and ball screen it, and we were a monster last year offensively in terms of our efficiency against zones. So again, we got to continue to probably work on it a little more, but I thought we handled it okay tonight.
What was Carvello's lead up like to this game, and what was important for him to have the efficient night? 7 assists, only 2 turnovers. He struggled with turnovers in exhibition game.
I mean, maybe they counted. With him, it's never easy. I was really concerned about both he and Trent tonight and limited minutes and trying to control their minutes. It's not easy from a conditioning standpoint to take off 7, 8, 9 days, whatever that process was. And, they do a little bit every day. When you're in the concussion protocol, there's steps you have to take 4 or 5 days worth. And any setback, you just kick you back. So, you guys think I'm nuts when I say day to day. I don't know. But it's the protocol. Trent's a unique athlete. Trent's as gifted an athlete as there is on this campus. And he comes back and not breathing hard, not even tired, first day, and looks like he's never missed a day. It makes 7 straight threes and a little bit of a scrimmage. It's just Trent. But I was pleased with both of them. I thought they both did a great job. And Carvello just hit singles tonight. He didn't have to do anything crazy because we spread the floor and got him in open space.
Right.
Coach, you start Trent out on Sills a couple possessions. Eaton starts scoring. You move him on to Eaton. Is Trent's just ability to guard multiple guys and just be a shutdown defender, just cut the head off the snake type thing that you've talked about before? Talk about his defensive prowess, and he just looks better every time.
He's elite. I've been saying it for 2.5, 3 years. I mean, he is elite. He never gets screened. You want him on the ball. If they get a shooter and they start running him off screens, he never gets screened. He's always right there. He may make one because they jump over him, but over the course of 40 minutes, and then he never fatigues. He never gets tired. And it takes your soul when you see him guarding you, and you think, oh man, I got him. And no, there he is, right there. And he's just that guy, and he takes so much pride. Today in our shoot around, our walkthrough, he's guarding his tail off, and guys are getting ticked at him, and he's going full bore, for shoot around. So he does it every day. He does it every play.
We only got one more without coaching now, but has Ben, even when he comes back, earned the right to maybe be part of a big-time rotational piece once you get him back in your front court?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think his productivity, I think his experience for a guy who hasn't played a lot, but has been in our program and knows what we do. And there's a tremendous amount of confidence I have knowing that he doesn't make mistakes. And there's no doubt he's earned that right.
18-2 run after the technicals. Is that kind of a tactical move, or are you just mad?
We're sticking up for my guy, and that's didn't really say much, but he backed me. But that's more. We've got to be better at some of that. But yeah, I'm going to stick up for my guy when I think he's right.
Was Bellows technical explained to you at all, or just what was back and forth there?
Yeah, there was a lot of bantering, and we got to get beyond that. So it's one of those deals we'll talk about tomorrow, and we'll get it handled and make sure that we just turn it back around quick and that stuff.
Andre opened up the game with a couple of really nifty passes that got the crowd really excited. Just what does he bring to this team as far as entertainment value and playmaking?
I don't look at him as entertainment, so maybe you guys are better off answering that question. Yeah, he's got abilities that very few have, and I hope everybody appreciates what they see sometimes, because it is very spectacular. It is very rare. Not many people have those capabilities to do those things, and he makes them look pretty easy a lot. But the thing I'm really proud of Bello tonight is how he played defensively. He took that challenge and hadn't had to do that in the first couple exhibition games. Tonight he was dialed in at that end, and that was huge.
Coach, going into the season, you knew you had good guards, you knew you had an All-American center, but what is the play that you're getting out of the 3 and the 4 positions doing for this team? Is that something that can help the team up to a different level?
Time will tell. I think so. I've always been very positive about Coleman. I've said all summer, I think he's ready to take that next step. I think we're starting to see that. Now he's got another step. High-level dudes and legit size, and believe me, Marquette's got that. But it's not for lack of talent, lack of ability. And Jacob has been a guy that has just grown. And now you add Luke and RJ and to those wing spots and versatility, and you throw Devontae back in there that can play 1 through 4, and all of a sudden you got a group of guys that you feel pretty good about.
Brett, I know you said day-to-day with all these guys, but Austin Hutcherson, are you expecting longer absence from him, or what's the latest with him?
He actually went through the first part of our game day shoot around today, which was shooting. So I don't have the update beyond that, but he was actually shooting. So I'm taking that as encouragement, and I'll talk to Paul afterwards. But beyond that, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means practice tomorrow or practice never. So we'll just see what that looks like. Excuse me.
Obviously, it's been a rough go for him, injury-wise. Just how does this impact him, both mentally and physically, to get into a rhythm once he is able to come back?
Well, he's such a good kid. I mean, he just keeps grinding, he keeps working, and he keeps doing everything he can. And he's an unbelievable human being. And so I think he's probably frustrated, but maybe this is the last one. Maybe this is the last game, and he can settle in and have some long periods of practice and success, and I hope that's the case.
You guys had 24 second chance points, and that was kind of a similar number on Tuesday. How much emphasis have you put on just the offensive boards in the off season?
A lot. It's one of the areas we were not very good in last year. It was one of the areas we really challenged this group. We spent a lot of time not just emphasizing it, working on it. There's an art to it. We call it opposite and inside. We actually chart in the course of the season, we chart our missed shots. 75% of our missed shots go middle or opposite. So we flood that area and we play percentages. And then it's part of hoping that we have depth, that we can, just by effort, just getting guys to go. And we chart every single day in practice the number of attempts guys have to go to the offensive glass and how many times they go. And if they're not under a certain percentage, they run. So it's a big emphasis of how we score. When you can score on the glass, you're doing it against a defense that isn't set. And 1 out of every 2 offensive rebounds ends in a foul. So I like those odds. So we emphasize it a lot.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Signature?